So think of this. You might be buying stuff from Google right now, correct? So Google, digital marketing and lead gen and ROAS, that's my specialty, right? So Google is a platform of necessity. So if I've got termites, I'm going to go, shit, honey, let's Google. We got to Google someone to come out and fix my termites. If I'm sick of my power bill and the power outages keep going up and they just raise it, I'm like, let's Google someone for solar. That is out of necessity. And it is a great pond and it converts well, right? And the ROAS, you guys know what ROAS is or no? If you don't, it's okay. So here's why ROAS is important. So gentlemen like yourself and me for about 6 years, 5 years into this business, you look at customer acquisition costs, correct?
Yep.
You look at what does it cost me per deal? You can't look at it that way. You got to look at ROAS, which is return on ad spend. So if you spend $1, how much does it bring? When you change that mindset internally in your business, when you're advertising, things change. Now you're like, oh my gosh, it's not about what did it cost me? It's about what did it bring me? And where is the most effective dollars that I spend bringing the most dollars in? And you use that also to judge your reps who run appointments for you. So one of the things, well, two of the things. So the first thing is we go back to Google. It's a small pond and it's out of necessity. So anybody that's doing solar in your area and someone decides, yes, I finally want it, they Google, you're paying for competition of those words. You have to have Google, but that pond is only so big. How many people today are going to say, I'm going to Google solar? Only so many.
Especially in Missouri, right?
Right. Especially in Missouri, North Carolina, freaking Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. Like, trust me, I get it.
Yep.
So what we did is we said, how can we can't grow with that. Nobody's like, hey, I want to do solar in Michigan. Like, especially we went there. We have to create a marketplace. So instead of just fishing here, we wanted to fish in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok, in YouTube, in Pinterest, in all of them. And we wanted to create a brand where people were sitting there going, hey, I never thought about doing this. We should look at that. Now you're not competing with your competition because they're not doing that. And you're not paying a lead aggregator to share that customer's information with 3 or 4 people where you're competing with them and it's wasteful and it's time consuming. It's frustrating. You're creating your own marketplace. You're basically fishing in a bigger pond and you're just trying to find the bait that works to bite them in, but it's unlimited fish. Right? That's the key to digital marketing. When you can open up that capacity on your brand and you can start marketing that way. I just invested in a flooring company that I'm a 50% partner in, and I put some of the leaders that were, at Pink in that business to open it up. And I'm guiding them. I'm letting them, like, these guys are, VPs and directors, been with me for a long time through 2 companies. And they're like, whatever you do, we want to do. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to build a big company again. Like I've got PTSD. My family's getting death threats. Like, it's just bad overall. This nonsense, it's like crazy. I said, I'm not going to deal with that. So I want to do something else. I'm not sure what it was. And I talked to my mentor and he was like, dude, you got to do coaching for home services, like any home services. It could be flooring. It could be pest control. It could be solar. Like, these guys don't know how to do digital marketing. These guys don't know how to grow their business. They love what they do and they're great tradesmen, but they haven't seen what you've seen and built multiple times with digital marketing. You can help them. I'm like, dude, that's a great idea. So I started to want to do that. Well, when we started this flooring company, we're 5 months in. It started in December. They did 1.4 million in sales last month, one city. We've never spent any money on TV. We've never spent any money on radio. And we've spent very little that's a necessity in Google, right? Because you have to, because you want to get some of that. Because they're saying, I want it. That's a good closing. They have high closing percentages when they pick you, but you're paying an outrageous amount sometimes to convert that customer. But everything is digital marketing for us. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all we do, right? We used to spend $10 million a month at Pink Energy on digital marketing a month. So we knew what we were doing over time. I remember being, at the infancy stage when we're going to do it. It's like, okay, well, the good news is when you start using these platforms and we start, if you guys choose my coaching or you don't, and you start talking to people, hey, how do I do this? What do I do this? It's going to be, okay, well, you got to walk before you run. You don't want to throw bad money because, cash is tight when you're new. You want to be able to, hey, what works the best? And that's why ROAS is important. So you sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust, a little bit of the money in different platforms, and you go, oh, shoot, that one's working and that one's working. Let's pull from this one a little bit, sprinkle a little more, and let it start converting higher. And what you're doing is you're building a brand. So when you do that, you're creating an interest. Like, imagine of being proactive. We talked about the termites. Oh, I've got them. Well, now if you're talking about, hey, don't be those guys that call us when you get termites, be those guys that prevent to get termites, and we have zero down and financing, blah, 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 right?